And here we are with arguably the game of the night, Stirling Braza Ginga versus Cambio Cumbre. And I am joined by the famous Jahel with his winning side last night. How do you have any reflections on your win with Perth Pumas?
Yeah, the boys done well to get the win. I think we stepped up defensively to get that win, so yeah, I'm very happy with that. But yeah, on to this game. Braza versus Cambio Cumbre. Looking to be a good game. Cumbre starting off with Tyler Garner, Will Hayes, Chandra Nagendran,
and Connor Cruz. You've also got Nick Kirkby in goal. Maybe controversially, Ryan Blauberg is usually their keeper. Maybe he's out this week. Of course, it is important to mention that Tyler Garner is fresh off from a competition in Chinese Taipei for Australian Futsal Roos. So a good player to have tonight. For Stirling Braza Ginga, we've got Zephyr McPherson up top. On the right flank, you see Moreno Capello. On the left flank, you see Josh Ban and As Fixo.
There's already an early scramble here. Looks like Cumbre are going to keep possession with this ball. I think this is expected.
Sorry, at Fixo we have Latufi Hadi Muhammad. This is going to be a blockbuster game with a derby. We have Garner early on isolating himself. Of course, Chandra McKendra, a man with professional experience in Malaysia, so we have to see if he can be the difference tonight. Cumbre traditionally the strongest side in WA. Let's see if they can wrestle with the big boys in the Supa-Liga and show that they are still the best side in WA, or maybe they will have that title taken from them.
Foul for Cumbre now, so Cumbre have the ball.
We see that Cumbre quite often have a lot of set pieces. We'll see which one they decide to use today. Ball to McKendra and a quick toe poke from Tyler Garner going wide. However, of course, we have goalkeeper Midi in net. Of course, a fan favourite, always in the chat for the Supa-Liga streams. It's very good to see him playing in the competition.
Braza now with their first bit of meaningful possession, moving that ball around well, trying to create chances, get the ball to their pivot in Zephyr McPherson.
Of course, me and Amar are very familiar with Zephyr from our time at Fremantle. What do you have to say about the young man?
Yeah, he's very good. He's deceptively strong. You might think he's a young player, but he's got the strength. Yes, and he does well to always get that shot off somehow.
Always gets a shot
like
off.
That about him a lot.
That's certainly the case, and his shots, wow. For a first-time turn, his shots are very, very impressive. You imagine what he does when he's running onto the ball instead of turning all the time. And we have a call for, I believe the ball was not on the line. And of course, for both sides, we have Nesta Fonseca coaching Cambio Cumbre versus the matchup of Castro for Stirling Braza Ginga. Of course, we have Charlie Garnham get his first minutes in a Cumbre shirt in the Supa-Liga competition. A youngster who is already breaking through to the first team and the WA MPL for outdoor. He has an absolute crack of a shot, and I believe he's left-footed, so a well-needed player in the side. We also have first minutes for Stewie Kerr, who's also a left-footer, I believe. A very young player as well, 16 years of age, number 3 on your screens now.
He's got a cannon of a left foot as well.
Yes.
There's one player on the team that I wouldn't want shooting if I was at Braza.
And of course, we do not have any substitutions yet for Stirling Braza Ginga, wanting to match the intensity of Cambio Cumbre. We have Connor Cruz still remain on the court for Cambio Cumbre and Will Hayes, but apart from that, we've had 2 substitutions for them, with Will Hayes checking out for his first sub. Tyler Gunner back on with only a minute or so off the field. Of course, Connor Cruz transferring from South Perth Alliance, a massive signing for Cambio Cumbre. Good on both feet and very versatile. He's been playing at such a young age, so I cannot say enough good things about the man. What are your thoughts on Connor?
He's a quality player. I think that big asset of his is how good he is on his left and right foot. Now foul here for Cambio Cumbre. Right in front of the D. Perfect area for a set piece, I reckon.
Yes, and of course, Cambio Cumbre are very good with their set pieces. In fact, they're the first club to start naming their set pieces after women names, which is very confusing, I've got to say. I think I know one of them. It's called Stella. But apart from that, you cannot remember it. It's not as easy to remember as number. Futsal Tyler Gunner on the ball.
Oh, sends the ball into the wall.
Commentator's curse coming in early. And we see the first minutes for Ivan Pomero, who I've had first-hand experience at Curtin Futbolista, a very apt target who's been around the block, being in clubs such as South Perth, Perth AFC, a lot of names that you'll see in this competition. He scores many of goals. I know his last season at Curtin Futbolista, he scored 20 goals. A very experienced player. Stirling doing well under pressure to maintain possession. And just as I say that, commentator's curse comes out, and we have the first goal for Cambio Cumbre from, I believe, Connor Cruz. We have to see the replay.
That was a great finish from corner. Found the bottom corner from his right foot on the far side. It was a difficult save for the keeper.
Of course, the only player not to substitute off at this point is Joshua Bam, the star man for Stirling, Braza, Ginga, and captain, and I believe president as well. A very important player for them. What are your thoughts on him, Amar?
I think he's a good player, hard worker. Makes a difference in games, you know?
Yes, and definitely a feisty person. I remember one of my first games was against him, and I got fouled about 3 times. He definitely does not let anyone past him if he has the choice.
Great save by Midi there. It was a tough situation because, foul given for Braza. Cumbre closing down that counter-attack early.
Of course, the Stirling bench very demanding on the referees for these fouls, but they got to remember that the Supa-Liga is a more physical competition. Good interception there by Ghana. Stirling, Braza Ginga on the ball, playing their 3-1 formation, trying to utilise that target isolated. But I've got to say, if you want to isolate against anyone, it's definitely not Tyler Ghana at fixo position. You want to try and isolate against one of their smaller players, younger players like Stewie Kerr. But then again, he has been doing a job while Tyler Ghana is away. So I'm not sure exactly what the plan is for Stirling Braza Ginga to break down this defense. It seems to be that early ball to the target. What do you think so far, Amar?
I think this is what we expect to see. I think Cumbre will keep the ball, play that ball around, and Braza will just sit back and absorb that pressure. I think if they're going to look for a goal, it'll be on the counter-attack, because that's something they're actually very good at. We played them in a friendly before, and they managed to get through a lot quite like that. So
we have youngster Kushin Bell coming on, number 37. Oh, sorry, no, I believe that's Luke McLaren. I believe it's Luke McLaren, number 37. I'll have to check that in a couple moments. Of course, both sides new to the Supa-Liga, so unfamiliar with the physicality. Who would you say, Amar, is the one to watch for Cambio Cumbre this season?
I think everyone knows that. Tyler, coming back from his competition in Chinese Taipei, where he played very well. I think he's definitely the one to watch. He's already started off moving a lot, very quick on the ball, very sharp. It's got a bit of menace about him when a player's moving that quickly around.
Yes, and another player to watch, Charlie Garnham.
Yes, as he just puts it away.
Puts one away with his signature left foot. The opposite of the commentator's curse going in there. Of course, it's important to mention that also Cambio Cumbre, although they're also the head coach, Nesta Fonseca, we also have the men's coach, Faris Narani, a very, very experienced player at Cambio Cumbre, bringing them to many, many championships and very quick with his feet, playing also in the Supa-Liga Bs this season. Definitely a player and coach to fear.
I don't think we gave Charlie enough credit for that turn there. A sharp ball down the line, a lovely turn by him from his right foot, turned, put it onto his left for himself, and slots it away. That was a great goal by Charlie.
So far, Kirkby hasn't been challenged much. What do you think? Do you think Kirkby deserves the number one spot in front of Ray Blauberg, or do you think it's pretty 50-50?
I don't think I really have an opinion on that. They're both good keepers and they're all right. And I think on the night today they've made Nick.
You have Ghana isolated against their target. Probably not the play you want to go isolated or be isolated against. Here we have a signature set play from Cambio Cumbre. The two fixos running through the middle with the flankers coming back down in their 4-0 to give them some space to play out of the back when getting pressed. Some nice footwork from number 23, but Luke McLaren retains the ball. Of course, we see Moreno Capello rejoining us on the field, a very experienced man, Italian, who I have heard controversially does not like pineapple on his pizza. What are your thoughts on that, Amar?
I don't think that's controversial at all.
I believe that is actually a very controversial opinion. Some beautiful check runs in there 4-0 by Cambio Cumbre. Although Stirling are doing very well to eat up the pressure. I believe they did have a friendly early on in the season where it was a 4-4 draw. So Cambio Cumbre are doing very well to go ahead with a timeout called by Stirling Braza Ginga, I believe. We will be back shortly. And we are joined back after the timeout by Braza Ginga. What do you think Coach Christopher Castro would be saying to his man right now, Amar?
I think they started off all right. They could have done a little bit better in terms of, following their mans, but they absorbed the pressure really well. There was one chance I got through, and I think he just wanted them to tighten up a little bit more on defense. But I think they've been executing their game plan to a T. Keep back, absorb the pressure, find their target up top, and try to catch them on the counter.
And we have a signature figure 8 rotation coming out from Stirling, Braza, Ginga. I wonder if this is something they've worked on the training ground. Seems like they're trying to isolate Josh Band. Oh, it's Zephyr McPherson right now. Oh, just scuffs his shot. That's unfortunate for the young man.
And that's what Zephyr can do. Those little chances right there. And it'd be 1-1. Or 2-1, sorry. But yeah, it's those chances right there. It just takes a single chance like that and suddenly the game's a bit easier to cut to.
I've got to say, it would be absolutely brilliant to get your score predictions in the chat. With over 36 viewers in one platform, it would be absolutely fantastic to get the chat involved. What's your score predictions today, Amar?
I think the game started off pretty quick, but I don't think there's going to be many more goals in it. I think 3-1.
3-1?
To Cumbre.
I do think actually that Stirling, Braza, Ginga will open up a little bit with frustration. So I do think this will end 5-1 is my prediction. A bold prediction, but I've got to say, Cambio, Cumbre do have it in the locker.
Oh, an unfortunate deflection there.
And it seems like your prediction is currently on. We just need Stirling, Braza, Ginga to not concede any more goals, and you've won the money for tonight. The instructions.
I think Braza is a good team. They can get this back. Even though they're 3-0 down in the first half, they can still get this back. They just need to start connecting well and play their game. Right now, it feels like they're trying to match the intensity of the other team, but I think if they play their game, they can really get the result out of this.
Yeah, I honestly can't agree. I don't think Stirling, Braza, Ginga at the moment, from what I'm seeing today, will have a way back into this game. Nick Kirkby hasn't been challenged really once. The only chance really is Zephyr McPherson, their youngster, which would be good to get a nice consolation goal or two, but I don't see him making 3-4 goals to catch up, personally. Early frustration coming out from the Stirling Braza Ginga side, with Captain Josh Band demanding more from Zephyr McPherson.
I think once that ball does get to Zephyr, Braza needs to do a better job of getting up top to help him out.
Yeah, he's very isolated. Cumbre doing the right thing by sitting off a little bit more and getting, as soon as that ball goes to Zephyr, just absolutely suffocating him so he can't give the ball out. Nice press there from Zephyr McPherson, exactly what they need to do to get some chances. Good turn there by Tyler Garner with a signature move being held back by Moreno Capello. With some words between Garner and the bench. Seems like we're going to have an early yellow card for Christopher Castro. He needs to watch his mouth. He does have a history of being sent off. The boys can't afford him. And there goes the, as I said, red card, which I'd say is a very controversial decision, but they cannot afford to miss him on the sidelines for a number of games. That's unfortunate, especially so early into the season. Instructions coming out from Garner. We'll see who steps up from the Stirling Braza bench to control the substitutions. My bets is on the youngster Cody Baker, who is or was the youth top goal scorer for Stirling Braza Ginga last season. Of course, this is the type of game that we don't want to see Stirling Braza Ginga fall down to. They are known for sometimes losing their head. But, of course, with the passion comes the ability to come back with a beautiful ball to the back post from Charlie Gunn to Will Hayes. Probably should have gone himself, to be honest.
That was a well-worked play to get Charlie through. Great movement by Cumbre to create that opportunity.
Bushman getting quite frustrated at his team. Probably wants to go himself.
Oh,
Good
great turn by Zephyr.
McPherson.
Oh.
And almost a goal with a mistake from Nicholas Kirkby. Not very characteristic of him. Of course, the ex-Spearwood man.
That's what I'm talking about. Just a single moment could change the game. And that right there could have been a goal to make it 3-1. But Kirkby got enough on it.
We have a big moment for Stirling Braza Ginga as Tyler Garner gets subbed. Of course, a lot of the play goes through him and be very important now to press like they are. Here we have Cumbre on the ball with a nice parallel down to Will Hayes. See if Will Hayes can capitalise. And a beautiful shot there by Will Hayes going for the clip, but unfortunately not on target, not troubling Michael Middleton, who had his post covered. Here we have Cody Baker's first minutes on the court. Of course, a very big man, but cannot get the turn around the much smaller Stewie Kerr. We have almost a complete youngster side from Cambio Cumbre. I think the only overage player is Connor Cruz, who just turned 21. Massive for Cumbre to have this next generation of futsal players coming up. Would you say this is the golden generation, Amar?
It could be, it could be. I think it's a bit cruel to call Connor overage, but...
Yes, but technically overage for the youth.
Yeah, fair enough.
Of course, Connor Cruz, a man with numerous years of experience, I'd say over 6 years of experience, an absolute god in the game.
Good strength there.
And beautiful challenges there from Connor Cruz as Charlie Gunn looks to size up his opponent. Nice physicality there from Stirling Braza Ginga to regain possession. And a ball over the top of Cody Baker's head. Very, very unfortunate. Very hard to do with such a tall lad. Cumbre looking to slow down the game. 1 minute 30 remaining in stop clock territory, and a nice ball from Stewie Kerr. Unfortunate not to find Will Hayes, maybe not on the right wavelength. Of course, we have a blockbuster game next, so make sure to tune in for that as well. Although this is only the first half, we have West Coast Cobras versus Scarborough Sharks. A massive top of the table bout with two traditionally top of Supa-Liga sides. You have any score predictions for that, Amar?
I think Cobras are the favourites, but Sharks can put up a fight depending on who they've got. Yep. But yeah, I expect Cobras to take the win for this one.
Do you think that characteristically long ball play is going to be discovered by other teams for the Sharks?
I think they've got a lot more than a long ball, but I think that just works best for them. And that's why they play it a lot.
That's fair enough, especially with Miguel Oliveira, one of their top goal scorers, so good on the turn, using his outdoor skills to get some goals in futsal. You love to see it from the experienced man. We have a set piece opportunity for Stirling Braza Ginga. We'll see if they've worked anything on the training ground. Ban again demanding more from his team. Almost running out of real estate. It seems that I was wrong about the prediction about who's going to take control. Is Ivan Palmero, who's taken over the coaching role. I know he has had experience as a coach in some of the friendlies and a very experienced man. Seems like the plan is very obvious here for Stirling Braza Ginga. Make sure to go long right to their targets, to Cody Baker, Zephyr McPherson. And a beautiful ball to Connor Cruz, who tries to recreate one of his old goals in another competition where he bicycle kicked the goal in an indoor setting. Very hard to do. And here we have the half-time whistle going. We will join you back shortly after these ad breaks.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
And here we are back after half time. Score currently 3-0 to Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. Their first outing in the Supa-Liga seems to be a success so far. We will see if they can continue to keep this momentum.
Hopefully that break serves to help Braza reset, get their game plan back in check. But already there's a bit of miscommunication there between the two players. But it's amounted to nothing, so it's all right.
Joshua Ban complaining to the sideline. I'm not sure why, what they can do about it, but maybe he's venting his frustrations. Beautiful ball to Moreno. And then ball to McPherson, but can't get it through. McPherson getting on that hustle, winning the better of Tyler Garner this time, but unfortunately does not get to his feet. Cambio Cumbre with challenger Nigendran on. Look to play the 3-1 formation with Nigendra dropping short as a very good target. Beautiful ball behind for Connor Cruz with his left foot, but probably a very acute angle to be taking a shot at. See referee bringing the ball back. See if we see a signature Cambio Cumbre play. We do not. We do not see Stella coming out. We see a fight. Ball going the way of Zephyr McPherson. Of course, as always, Stirling, Braza, Ginga always have a crowd and they get a clap at something.
I said this at the start, Zephyr's a lot stronger than people give him credit for. And
Yes.
He's been putting up a good fight all game.
Very physical player, with Tyler Gunner winning the best of him at the moment. And a foul being called. Zephyr McPherson doing his best to delay the counter-attack of Tyler Garner. Definitely someone you want to use a foul on. We have Connor Cruz able to strike the ball really well, standing on the ball. We'll see what set play Cumbre have in mind. Ball out to Will Hayes, but mistraps it. Unfortunate for the young man, an up-and-coming player in the Cambio Cumbre side, known for his speed and athleticism. Certainly a very good player, and of course his dad is the president of Cambio Cumbre at current. Nigendran doing well in that target position currently. As we have Will Hayes stepping off the court for Charlie Garnham. Again, a superstar for Cambio Cumbre and in WA. Nice ball over from Garner, first time to Nigendran. Nigendran taking a very sloppy touch, leaving his fixo isolated, but he's taking it in his stride. A 3-on-2 situation, takes it himself with a beautiful block by Joshua Ban, earning themselves a corner ball, I believe. We'll See if we see another signature Cambio Cumbre set play. They are lining up for it. And we have the 4 seconds called. Of course, over here in Supa-Liga, they're very strict about it. And a good turn there from Zephyr McPherson. They love that ball over the top for him with his turn and his very beautiful shot.
Once again, Zephyr getting that shot off.
Got to say, man of the match for Sterling Braza Ginga so far definitely has been Zephyr McPherson. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with that, definitely. Zephyr's he's very good at what he does, playing that target player, getting that shot off, using the strength to his advantage.
Who would you say is the man of the match so far for Cambio Cumbre?
I think Charlie Garnham's been doing very well. Scored a goal, had some great movements, created chances, scored 2 goals. And that's the second time now we've been talking about him and he scores a goal.
Well, that was
and that's my man of the match right there.
That was actually Charlie Garnham that scored that goal. A beautiful left foot tap in, not Tyler Garner. Very easy to confuse the two, man.
Sorry.
I'm actually going to give a small shout out to Connor Cruz. Although he's not on the score sheet, I don't believe at the moment. He is a very technical player and definitely has the intelligence to open up the play. You see that with his multiple block runs. Of course, Zephyr McPherson instrumental to this Sterling Braza Ginga side. It's very, very, I guess, controversial that he hasn't looked to make a play for one of those top 4 sides, but he's a loyal man. You gotta give him credit for that. As we see, number 29 going to the pitch, who has been traditionally a target for Sterling Braza Ginga, but at the moment they're playing 2 targets on the field, which is not a strategy I would employ, as a very, very clinical foul from Joshua Ban on Connor Cruz.
That's something Connor's been doing very well, matching the intensity of the game and elevating it to another level. He's been putting in 120% in every single tackle.
Yes, that certainly is the case.
Drawn into trying to match his intensity and strength.
Yes, and we have 3 fouls for Sterling Braza Ginga in 15 minutes left in the half. They need to be very careful not to give away 5-meter penalties. Sorry, not 5-meter, 10-meter penalties. Beautiful by Stewie. Such a young man, but has that muscle to muscle off an opponent who's significantly older than him. Of course, a counter-attacking opportunity now for Cambio Cumbre. Well won by Luke McLaren. Unfortunate not to get the ball after that situation. And Garnham looking to reset. Ball out to Kirkby, also a player very good with his feet. Beautiful ball to Hayes. Diagonal ball. Sorry, parallel ball. Trying to reset to Will Hayes. Nice shot, but maybe going for more of an AFL goal there with that shot.
Charlie's been playing fantastic.
Charlie's been absolutely fantastic. You're right, Amar. Ball out to Kerr. Back to the line of 3 to McLaren. Back to Garnham. Looking to maybe isolate himself on that right flank with his left foot, doing the dribbling. See if he can do it.
He's got a teammate wide open on the back post.
Good dribble from Luke McLaren, of course, an ex-Fremantle FC player that me and Amar unfortunately did not have the time of playing with. Beautiful cutout by Hayes. Giving the ball back to Charlie Gunn. Can he make it a hat-trick? He cannot. Shot from McLaren, unlucky there not to get over the ball.
That was fantastic reactions there by Midi, because it came off one of his teammates, a deflection. And if he had dived where the ball was going initially, it would have been a known goal, but he was quick to react to get back to and stop that from going in.
Yes. Very much a, I would say, non-traditional futsal keeper. Definitely has a little bit more outdoor tendencies, especially with the gloves, but he keeps the ball out of the net, and what else can he ask for as a goalkeeper? Garner checking back in for his minutes on the pitch. Sterling Braza Ginga really need to commit to this press. If they're doing it, they're leaving Tyler Garner with plenty of space and time, and just leaving the man like that's not how you beat Cambio Cumbre. Of course, Cambio Cumbre also missing a very important player, Justin Tang, a main man for them. I'd say probably their second best player who's been out for injury. He has also plays MPL with, I believe it's Coburn City. Massive player to be missing in this opening game of the Supa-Liga. Have you had a chance to witness him yet, Amar?
Yeah, I played against him a couple of times. I'll tell you what he has done. He scored a goal against me where he hit it through my legs.
That's a bit embarrassing.
He loves that. He loves the hit through the
Ooh!
legs. Ooh, Luke McLaren
Beautiful
showing a
work
little bit of
by
skill there.
Luke McLaren. Beautiful ball there to Talagas. Skinny opening his account. And goalkeeper Mitty using that unconventional save, sliding out towards the ball to put off the shot from Ghana. Four seconds played, of course. Cambio Cumbre not used to the strictness of the 4 seconds. As soon as that ball goes down, the referees do start counting here. Some nice 3-1 movements from Cambio Cumbre. Now they have on the break. Beautiful ball from Ghana to Cruz. Cruz with the beautiful footwork. Unfortunately, they're not to get a nice shot off. Of course, that is on his right foot. His weaker foot. He's naturally left-footed. But a very deceptive player who can use both feet. Ball to McPherson, but McPherson has absolutely no support running from his teammates. He's very much isolated up there at the pivot position. Ball intercepted by Kerr, trying to find Moreno at the back post. Of course, Capello very good with his toe pokes, wearing his signature Nike Tiempos. Cumbre slowing down the play. Happy to see this game out with a 4-0 victory. Is a very good start to their signature Supa-Liga campaign, and a potential foul there against Tyler Garner. Probably a late challenge there. Of course, referee Gabby not having any of it. We'll see if Stirling, Braza, Ginga decide to use their timeout. We have Josh Band down the flank, seeing if he wants to take it down lane. He does not. Of course, he almost always cuts in on his right foot because he loves his right foot so much. Beautiful fight there from Josh Band. That might be a corner. I think it did take a deflection. I did hear it. Did you hear that, Amar?
I think it did take a deflection of Zephyr.
It's unfortunate there.
It was a good catch by the ref there.
Yes, of course, one of the finest referees.
Now they've got one of their left foots here on the right side.
Oh, but it is
pulled up.
all a trick to get the ball to Challenger McEndron. The ex-professional player takes a very good shot there to the back post. Almost a signature goal for the man. Of course, I've got to admire Challenger McEndron. He did come back from Malaysia a bit out of shape due to a knee injury, but since he's lost that weight, he looks absolutely unstoppable. A heavy press here from Stirling Braza with a first term play to the target from Ghana. Ghana using his signature move to beat the Stirling Braza first player, but the second player comes around. We have a counter-attacking opportunity for Stirling Braza Ginga, but Cambio Cumbre get back too soon. Now it's going up the other end, and a shot for Ghana, back post. McEndron not quick enough to get that ball. It's very unfortunate. It's very well set up by Ghana to the back post. We have a yellow card for an incorrect substitution, I believe. Ball out to Cody Baker, who is living up the flanker position, which is very untraditional for him. He's usually a target. Currently Stirling Braza Ginga without their coach Christopher Castro seemed to be navigating to a 2-target formation. Probably not the smartest idea against Cambio Cumbre. What are your thoughts, Amar? And a beautiful goal there. I've got to say, poor keeping from Nicholas Kirkby going down so early. What are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I think it was a very good finish. Well composed, the player. When you find yourself and the ball spills out right in front of goals like that, it's very easy to just smash it in. But he stayed calm, composed, and he chipped the keeper. And I think it was just a really good goal. Not much Nick could have done there.
We had a score prediction from Noy. Of course, we are familiar with Noy from Fremantle FC. He did say 4-0 to Cumbre, but unfortunately that score prediction is no longer on after that one goal being conceded from Rockingham Cumbre and a goal scored by Rockingham Cumbre to make it 5-0. What are your thoughts, Amar? Do you think that Stirling Braza Ginga can get back into this game?
I think at this point, with only 7 minutes left and 4 goals to score, while it is possible, I think it's unlikely.
Yeah. And it's a question whether they'll use the fly keeper. I don't think I've ever seen them use the fly keeper. Of course, a beautiful timeout by head coach Faris Narani, interrupting that momentum that Stirling Braza Ginga could have made. Of course, the first 5 minutes after you concede a goal is when you're most vulnerable, and when the opposition are most vulnerable, interrupt the momentum, get back on top of the game. What are your thoughts?
I think Braza now, from the start of the game, they needed a game, or they needed to perform fantastic to win the game. I think Cumbre needed to just perform as their usual selves, and they would have got this win. And Braza needed a standout performance to get the win.
Beautiful flick down line
Charlie
for Charlie
once
Gallum on
again.
his signature left foot, and an
Charlie
easy goal
has been playing
for
phenomenal.
William Hayes.
I think he's been involved in almost all their goals.
Wow. What
Most
a
certainly
goal.
my man of the match.
Upsetting that Stirling Braza Ginga momentum if they had any. Of course, as I said earlier, Stirling Braza Ginga going with the 2 targets. I'm very unsure about why they're doing that, because Cody Baker is not exactly the most skilled person with his feet. Definitely better back to goal with a nice shot. So I feel like they're underutilising some of their other players, like Moreno Capella, and a ball over the top, easy for Charlie Garnham, but collected easily by Michael Middleton. Nice little play by Stirling Braza out the back. I've got to say, the Cambio Cumbre press, as good as it is, they can definitely hold themselves out the back. What are your thoughts, Samar?
I think if they try to... I think the problem is that Cumbre's been holding it halfway, and Braza plays best when they can draw the other team in and play their target up top.
I think this is very signature of Cambio Cumbre in their pre-season bouts, though. They have been more sitting halfway. It's very rare that they have been pressing. I think that's because of maybe poor results they've had in the pre-season, but it definitely doesn't seem to be happening now. And, of course, on an international size court, there is more space in behind. So if you're Cambio Cumbre and you know you're going to get your opportunities, almost like Man City in the EPL, you know you're going to get your chances. Why risk the game? And an easy tap in for Garnham. I believe that's his 3rd. We'll have to check shortly.
That was a great roll back by Luke McCarran.
Yes,
good awareness to know that his teammate's there. Good skill to pull it off. Finds Charlie. Charlie puts it in. Nice and cool.
We'll see if Stirling Braza Ginga can return anything. Of course, signature man Zephyr McPherson is back on the court. Beautiful ball to him from Joshua Van. Looks to turn himself. Probably should have laid off. Now he's isolated, but does win a set piece for his troubles. Ball across and very dangerous. That's definitely going to be a rolling foul. I can confirm that is the hat trick for Charlie Garnham. He's got 2 goals in the second half and 1 in the first with 1 assist. We have 2 assists so far for Connor Cruz and 2 assists being put down for Luke McLaren. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was almost another goal for Stirling Braza Ginga. There's only been 2 score lines that haven't been close this season so far in the men's Supa-Liga, and that is Phoenix versus Futsal and Cambio Cumbre versus Stirling Braza Ginga. Do you think that this shows that there is such a tight affair in the Supa-Liga competition?
Well, I think that would have been the case anyway, because if you have 16 teams in a league, even if there's 1 point between each team, then between the top and bottom team there will be 16 points. And that's a massive gap. So I think results like that can be expected at times.
Yes.
But I don't think it necessarily affects the quality of each team.
Yes, and of course we saw only a 1-0 result of Coburn Wolves versus Andinos. So it's very good to see that these sides that have just joined the Supa-Liga are contending very well so far. I believe we have 3 wins for the new side, or 2 wins for the new sides. My apologies, because South Perth Alliance did go down to Perth AFC, a traditional Supa-Liga side. Here we have a signature 4-0 coming out from Cambio Cumbre when they don't have their target on. Of course, a lot of young players, Luke McLaren included, Stewie Kerr, Charlie Garnham, and Connor Cruz, although Connor Cruz is slightly older. Beautiful ball through. Here we have Stirling Braza Ginga with their counter-attack 3-on-3. See if they can get the ball to Tyreek McPherson, and they cannot. We'll see if they foul. It's called as advantage for Cambio Cumbre. Rolling foul, and we have a little bit of a chirp up from Nicholas Kirkby against one of the Stirling Braza Ginga player. And what I've noticed is and we are back here after the timeout. We'll see if Stirling Braza can get an answer to Cambio Cumbre to make this a more respectable scoreline. But that was a very simple set piece, a shot from a normal play. Definitely did not need a timeout for that one. A nice save there from the youngster, and almost led the ball through. It's called as a Cambio Cumbre ball. Beautiful recovery there by Ban. Of course, we have the Ban link up with Zane Ban in goals and Joshua Ban on the court. Beautiful ball there to McPherson, who takes a shot. And we see Cambio Cumbre actually take a similar approach, putting a youth keeper on. Of course, this is also their B's keeper. He's basically whenever rain or thing like playing. And a good goal there by Charlie Gunn with a beautiful turn. Maybe the keeper should have done a little bit better there at his near post. We'll have to see on the replay. Yeah, it's a pretty well-driven shot, bottom corner.
At this point, Braza have realised that the game's lost, and I think it was the right choice, to be honest, to put on their youth keeper, give him some experience against one of the top teams. And same with Cumbre. They've realised they've won the game, and they put on their young keeper.
Yes, although they have used their young keeper before in important matches, so he's definitely not something to be shy about. Beautiful interception there by Stewie Kerr. Of course, Cambio Cumbre had a match last night in which they won against Fremantle FC. I believe the scoreline was 4-2, although they lost the women's and the youth. So Fremantle taking more points overall for their campaign. And that was a bit of a dodgy pass there have Moreno Capello at the back. And again, we have 2 targets on for Stirling Braza Ginga. This is not the play I would do when they have such talented flankers with such skill, but we'll see what happens. Good save there by the young man, Zane Ban. We have a minute 20 left. Do you think we'll see any team maybe practice 5th man as well?
What's up?
Will we see any team practice 5th man potentially?
No, I think first round, they can cut their losses. No need to work up that scoreline, especially with the youngster in goals. They give him a chance to make a couple saves.
Get some confidence. That's certainly good for the club. Cambio Cumbre setting up as their signature 4-0 formation. Cambio Cumbre very, very happy to hang on to the ball, luring them in for that deep run for Stewie Kerr. Luke McLaren back on goal. Can he get his first for the club? No, he cannot. It's unfortunate for the young man stepping up to Cambio Cumbre, although he is currently wearing a Fremantle set of shorts, I've just noticed. Maybe a bit of homage to his old club. Stirling Braza Ginga doing well to hold on to possession. Definitely hasn't been a weakness of their game. Maybe just breaking down the defense they're unable to do, and their press not as effective. Cambio Cumbre getting in very easily. Maybe they need to rethink this ball early to the target strategy that they have been using for so many years. What are your thoughts, Amar?
Yeah, I think coming into this game, they needed a performance that meant business. But that wasn't the case today. I think they're a much better team than the scoreline suggests. But I think the scoreline more so is because of the quality of Cumbre, less so about the quality of Braza.
And that's a foul going the way of Stirling Braza Ginga with 15 seconds left to see if they can use a last-minute set play. Just choosing to restart play. Trying to find that early ball to the target. Again, unsuccessful. Cambio Cumbre choosing to just hold the play, lure their team in, which they are doing successfully. But that is game. It's been a beautiful blockbuster derby tonight. We will go on to the statistics shortly. We will see you in the next game.